Hello and welcome to another Windows 7 live stream. The last one did very well, so I'm going to do another one. So yeah, I'm just gonna do some stuff here. For those who are new to this, we play on my Windows 7 laptop that was my Grams. I factory reset it and it is a Pavilion G7. I also discuss stuff about my tech collection, future stuff, yeah. I started streaming as a little experiment, but it started to become a fun thing to do. Last time we burnt a DVD with Family Guy memes and some people's requests on it, and then we reacted to it. For the record, the disc froze like halfway through. But today we're gonna check out software. We're gonna run some emulators. I haven't really used emulators that much. I think I used a Windows 3.1 emulator once. And I'm also gonna show you guys some stuff that I really wish I could own, but can't yet. And finally, we're gonna talk about how my life has been going and some updates about it. Please note that I'm not trying to become famous in any way, shape, or form. Comments that are rude will result in a timeout, if not a ban. And we're in. This laptop used to be a work laptop, not a home laptop. And it runs Windows 7 Home Premium, which is pretty cool. It's like the typical Windows 7. Yes, my name's Gage. Right. Beautiful. This had a different wallpaper. I just made it the typical wallpaper. You have files waiting to be burnt to disk. Yeah, that's from last time. I'm only using this app once. See, it has a trial, and I'm afraid that it's going to start charging stuff. Ignored tabs, haha. Right? Alright, so we're going to check out some of this stuff. Then we're going to do some emulators. Recycle bin, of course, doesn't have anything too useful. So we're going to start off with Blio. Now, what is Blio? Let's check it out. The Blio app is a personal content library and digital e-reader. So essentially, it's like Amazon Audible, I'd say, but for here. Now, I'm not no like book nerd, so yeah, I prefer reading Wikipedia articles. Discover HP WebOS. Wait, is it WebOS owned by like LG? Yeah, let's look that up. I use Opera. This had Internet Explorer, but of course that's dead. So now I'm using Opera because it supports Windows 7 32-bit. It actually runs pretty darn good. Right? It is a discontinued Linux-based multitasking. Come on, Norton, get out of the way. As I was saying, discontinued Linux-based multitasking operating system originally created by Palm. And they acquired Palm in 2010. And then they made it open source. And then now it's on LG Smart TVs. I freaking knew it. We actually do own a WebOS TV. In fact, we've owned two. I wanted that to be a WebOS TV, but of course, they got me a dumb Roku one. I get it's cheaper, but there's like no browsers. I'm not gonna root. eBay, you already know I'm a pretty common user of that. It's either gonna ask to update or it's not gonna run. And if it does somehow run, well, color me impressed. It's not even loading. What a waste of my time. Microsoft Office, specifically 2010. It's also play HP games, Zia Music, free, and of course Opera, which I've already showed like countless times. These aren't really opening at all, huh? Great. Looks like that kind of just fell apart. Sorry if things seem a bit strange here. It's just that Windows 7 isn't usually my cup of tea. Like Chrome OS is what I'm used to. Yay, Windows 7. It's pretty good OS, ain't it? Alright, we're gonna run some emulators, starting off with 3.1. The Internet Archive, which is a pretty good website. About the missing keys here, when I was like a little baby, I ripped them off. It's very stupid. Right. This is Windows 3.1 and was published in 1993 here. There's actually a couple versions of 3.1. I've never seen someone use it since 2020. Well, I use it all the time, and I have seen a couple Windows 7 capable devices in my life. I actually own a Windows XP laptop, but it doesn't really work. This thing is faster than my Chromebook, and it's like 10 years older. What the heck? Right. We're gonna have to wait. Actually, know some websites with some pretty good emulators. DOSBox. It's like a DOS simulator. Do you guys pronounce it DOS or DOS? Because I've seen people do both. I usually pronounce it DOS because, you know, Uno, DOS. Weird that some keys are missing. Yeah, when I was like a little baby, I completely ripped them out. Guys, today I got my new laptop. Well, congratulations on the new laptop, sir. That admittedly jump scared me. Alright. All the apps at once. Jeepers Creepers. Okay. Press escape to show your cursor. The down button's like a downsize button. Right. This is a lot to work with. 3.1 and 3.0 didn't have too much differences, and despite using a logo that was pretty popular, this was not based off of NT, so this and 95 are like completely different. Like, the only thing they share is a couple icons. Right. Let's see here. Minesweeper. You can't go wrong with Minesweeper. And we're in. Right. I mean, I can go wrong with Minesweeper. I'm not the best at it. Huh. Imagine I actually win this. I doubt it, but that would be so cool. Hold up, wait. I might actually have a shot. This is so good. Hold up. I am like never good. I used 8.1 after 7. Windows 8.1 is way better than Windows 8, but Windows 10 is way better than both of them. Sorry if I triggered anybody by saying that. Right. Oh, I was so close. Probably the closest I ever got to winning a game of Minesweeper, honestly. I'm not good at Solitaire Hearts. Ski Free. Is this going to be like that when Microsoft Edge surfing game? Let's see. And my hand is hurting. Does not appear to be loading. So yeah, Windows 3.1 people. We're just gonna really click on whatever search up and comes up in search results. We got a couple old OSs on here. OS 2, 95. Yeah, I haven't really used Windows 95 like ever. Hi. Stupid bugs in the freaking crawl space. They never shut up. You gotta wonder how they even get in there. The loading up. Yeah, like a long time ago, those bugs were in there. I literally tried to go in there and kill them. Had to climb up there just to get them to be quiet. Like I shoved some stuff around. Like I normally don't hurt things, but I had to. We're in. Welcome to Windows 95. Did you know if you don't know how to do something, you just look it up? Help. Just click the start button, then click help. Right, we're in. I just subbed. Thanks, anyways. Let's see. Set up the Microsoft. Now, I doubt this would actually set up anything. I mean, the fact that MSN is still a thing is honestly just beyond me. Anybody know commands for this? I'm just gonna type a red one and see what works. Oh. Current time is 6:51. This OS is like this part. This OS is like 30 years old. Invalid time. Enter new time. 6. Hang on. Oh yeah, you gotta stretch out good. I might do a job simulator live stream eventually. That's a pretty fun VR game. There, now it's 6:52. Disk management. Cool thing about emulators is that they're not real computers, so you can't really destroy anything. Because the last thing you want to do with a computer is screw it up. Bad commander file name. Alright. Right. I'm gonna move this up onto my lap and just pray to it's running on the web. Yes, it's an emulator. This is a Windows 7 laptop. If it wasn't already obvious. Using 32-bit Opera on this. Alright. So, I'm going to tell people about myself. I am a tech collector. I have a lot of stuff on my shelf. I own a lot of computers, and I also like different operating systems. Now, emulators are fine, but I prefer actually owning the devices, considering that some OSs are so hard to find that they don't even have any emulators whatsoever. Do you know what I've really wanted to own for a while? A web TV box. Why is caps lock on? Anyways, that's what happened to the keys. When I was a little kid, I used to play ABC mouse on this thing. I would pluck off the keys. The 4 key is about to fall off and everything else is off. They still work. See? Yes. Now, if you've heard of this thing, you've probably seen Michael MJD's video on it. But if you haven't, it's pretty much a computer that you'd hook up to your TV and you could like run programs and stuff. It's got Windows built in. And I plan on getting one and hooking it up to my Roku using a couple adapters, of course. Actually, I could just hook it up with this cables it already has, so yeah. I've got some weird search history, I know. Great, VPN, that's nice. Do you know what else I want to own? Tandy Video Information System. It's by Tandy Memorex. These things are very hard to find because only like 30,000 of them were made, which sounds like a lot until you realize I know game consoles that were produced in the 200 millions, and they still go for a lot. These things will show up for $100 at least on eBay, and if you see one, buy it. It is extremely rare. Another cool thing about these is that they run their own version of Microsoft Windows called Modular Windows, an OS I've been looking for a while. These gained the moniker of virtually impossible to sell because, well, they were so darn expensive. Maybe we could go eBay shopping for like stuff. Anyways, I had a Windows 7 CD, but it's in heaven. I've tried finding it, but no chance. Either this or this doesn't run. This came with Windows 7. I'm also trying to get the touchscreen of this Samsung Sunburst working because, well, to be frank with you, it's an old phone, but it just doesn't work. Right. And the screen's a bit yellow in the corner. Kind of hate this phone because, well, it was in box for a long time, but other than that, yeah. This thing has no excuse being broken. Yep, you can tell the touchscreen is... Oh my god, how the heck did I do that? You guys seeing this? It never works! And it's just working? Like out of nowhere. Of all times now. And it works. You know what's cool? School laptops. They're like cool to jailbreak them. Well, they've got like protection stuff on them. My school laptop is unsurprisingly a cheap Dell Chromebook. And we're back to it not working. I think it stopped working after a couple seconds. Let's turn this off and on to test that hypothesis. Right. Touch a little off. Dang. Yeah, we're gonna fiddle with it later. Anyways, there's bunch of different cool Windows 7 versions out there. Like the ones they put on like terminals, like Windows POS Ready. I've been trying to find a touchscreen monitor to get this running on that. Anyways, let's see what exact versions of Windows we have on here. Also, I'm going to do something real quick. Hang on. People who join my live streams early get a cool feature. But I ain't going to show this. I'm heading there. Sometimes I watch my own live streams while they're still live, which is for fun. Alright, we're back. Screen's a hot mess, I know. 88 views, dang. Right. One notification. The Boston Marathon bombing. Yeah. Don't think now should be the time to recommend disasters. Let's move that out of the frickin' way because we don't need it. Now let's see what exact version of Windows this is. I'm pretty sure it's Windows 7 Home Premium Service Pack 1. I don't ever remember settings have look on for Synaptics touchpad. What? It's just labeled settings. That's dishonest. Why is Windows so darn difficult? Like, I get this is an old version, but it has no right being this difficult. Show which operating system each computer is running. That's what we're looking for. So this is Windows 7 Home Premium Service Pack 1. Copyright 2009 Microsoft Corporation. This is the HP Pavilion G7 Notebook PC. Wait, this is 64-bit. I thought this was 32-bit. My life is a lie. 4 gigabytes of memory / RAM. What was on my screen? Something that moderator. I turned you into a moderator. In other words, you got powers that regular users don't. Usually the first people to join my live streams get it because honestly, not a lot of people join my live streams, so it means something. Work group, work group. Yep, it's for work groups, but I factory reset it. I mean, you can just tell how shiny and cool everything is, so tell it's pretty old because nobody really has fun anymore. Windows Media Center is always fun to use. Ooh, I could actually do stuff here. I'm surprised it still even loads. Thousands. Chess Titans, Mahong Titans, Spider Solitaire. We could play games. This reminds me of like the Microsoft Surface games. Is this just chess? I'm not that good at chess, everybody. What if you try Sultani 11? Well, I plan on getting a laptop with the purpose of installing Linux. So hey. Ooh, start off bold. You gotta sacrifice, you know. Actually, I'm gonna... Can I move this yet? Oh, no, I can't. What? Haha. And that was my only one. Yes, I know they can upgrade into queens later on. We need to do a sacrifice. Open up this little hole we have. 4 people. Reminds me of that time somebody clicked on a section called For Women, thinking that it was, you know, for woman. It's a pretty obscure joke, but if you've seen this YouTuber called Kaldruki, then you probably know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that'd be a risk. And let's start off easy. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. This is supposed to be beginner. I guess the excuse is that I suck at chess. Gotta have a little protection. So he can't move. If I move this here, this can come here and kill him, so... I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna do whatever and see what happens. Oh, no, you didn't. Six people at once on a live stream is the most I've ever had so far, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I am not that good at chess. And no, it's not chess, it's chess. I just noticed the background's got like arrow colors too, that's pretty nice. It's pretty goofy sound effects. Well, I don't know what to do. Full fact, I am 11 years old. Cool. I'm turning 14 tomorrow. So yeah, I will do a birthday live stream tomorrow, and we will listen to the chat, listen to the words of the people, you know. My God, quit playing that godforsaken sound effects. Yeah, I'm gonna lose. What time? When I feel like it, but generally around like 3 to 5 o'clock. Most likely 5. Let's move this. This is like a car dashboard for some reason. Right? What, something wrong? PM, not AM. Not in the middle of the night, of course. I mean, I might stay up at night. What? Have any of you guys heard of these songs? I'm home at 4 o'clock. Wait, you have to go to school? I don't go to school until September, which I think is pretty lucky. Oh well. Landscapes, a simple TV program that shows scenery, mountain bike riding, and rafting, produced by Small World Productions Tourism New Zealand. The sun cut off. This stream seems to be doing significantly better than the last one, and I appreciate that. Alright. Now I know this for now. Bye. I need to fill up my belly. Okay. Also, this thing has a shot battery. Watch what happens when I unplug it. It's fine if I show my face, because I have done it before, just on accident. So now, I need to show you guys a few things. Tech collection. This phone, the Corona 2, just arrived in the mail, but no battery. The freaking seller was a liar. Wow, people don't like it when I show my tech collection. Sorry. So now we need to address the elephant in the room. This hunk of crap. Pretty notorious amongst me for never having a working touchscreen. I mean, you guys did see it work earlier, but that was just a miracle. Can I get it to open again? Ouch. Yeah, I don't think so. But now we need to find something that will be able to, get it to work. I heard that pen cap's gonna get, do you hear that? There's freaking bugs in the basement. So why do I have this pen out? You may be asking. Right. I'm fixing a touch screen. Then after this, we're gonna get back on there and maybe watch some stuff and react because people liked that last time. Right. So the reason why I'm destroying this pen is simple. Nobody has to get hurt. Now we got the cap. Now, how will a pen help us fix a touchscreen? You see the cap? Yep, use it as a finger. Because this is very thin. I don't have, like, model nails, so this will be... Oh, man, I was hoping that worked. Wait, we could try. You could always try. I think what's happening is that the touchscreen will die after a couple of seconds. Doesn't even work. Right, time to put this up, I guess. That also arrived. Alright, let's get back on the computer, because that's what I came here for. Right. I have that little Grinch decoration light. I just noticed right when I said let's get back on the computer, the viewers spiked. People really want to see this thing run, huh? Well, yeah, Windows 7 is a pretty good operating system. Right. You should run MLG antivirus. Well, I'm pretty sure that's a virus, and I need to keep this nice because not only is it my grandma's old computer, but even if I could run a virus, it blue screen and stuff, and I want to keep it pretty. Also, did I mention that the Grinch will be joining us? Well, this is a Jimmy Grinchmas light, and it stopped working in the middle of the night. That was supposed to rhyme, by the way. What I'm gonna do is try to see if I can get this whole thing working. Right. I'm gonna have to put down the phone for this, I'm sorry. Right. And it did have a battery door. I'm just keeping it off. Works. Now let's turn off the lights, see how it looks. Oh yeah, I also have that running, a little star shower. Yeah, the reason why I have Christmas lights on is simple. I think that thing is dying. Slowing down. Look how slow that's going. The thing's probably gonna die before the stream even gets halfway through an hour. I could have swore I plugged that in. Oh yeah, I just need to turn it on. Silly me. Stupid mistakes. Gaming on Windows. Have you ever changed the thermal paste in your laptop? No, I have not. I don't have any games on here. We might play some basic, like, online games, but I'm not gonna really be able to, download Steam and whatnot. The screen isn't actually, like, cracked or whatever. That's just my screen and the way it is. This is my daily driving laptop. The world's dirtiest, most dented up Chromebook. I keep on bumping against that door, so that's where the dents come from. Let's put them together so that you guys get an idea of the size comparison between these two. Oh yeah. I think we're gonna play a few more games and then maybe watch a YouTube video. Right. Up. The Subsonic Peak, it is. Or whatever. And it's loading. Imagine getting like a Opera GX on here and having it work. That'd be insane. No, I don't know about Framework laptops, but I have heard of them. Later, I'm going to show you guys some pictures I've taken. So, yeah. Not on here. On there. This brings back so much freaking memories, bro. Right. Go on YouTube and watch yourself. Well, I already am. Framework computer. American personal computer manufacturer. Be easy to disassemble with replaceable parts. Super upgradable, repairable. Well, that's nice. The only problem is these are new computers. I collect old computers. 2020 isn't that old, but I do have a laptop from like 2020 and whatnot. Top link if you want to check out the website. Let's get back in there. Frame.work, the ultimate developer laptop. Computer with a stylus. Never seen one. Well, besides, tablet computers, but this is not what a tablet computer is. Yeah. 7 viewers, we've hit a new record. Right. What should I do? We're gonna do some eBay searching. Because why not? I'm a tech collector, and eBay is pretty much my second address. But first, to log in. If you guys see the camera go black, it's because I need to put a website or something into eBay. So yeah. eBay's where I got some of this stuff. Ooh, the viewership dropped. That's not good. It's not like I care. Wait, am I logged in? Hi, sign in or register. We should buy a PSP. There actually was a PSP inspired phone, and I might. Turning off the camera because I'm gonna log into my account. Right? Even though I'm just logging in with Google, I need to verify myself. It's telling me to click on rabbits. Yeah, what's up, Doc? Right. I think we're in. Just about. Just about there, yeah. We're in. So this is what my eBay home screen looks like. So what should I get, you think? Later, react to Bad Apple version with the characters instead of just silhouettes, sir. So, as some people don't know or do know, I do not like emulators. I try to collect the actual devices running the OSs itself. Android and Windows are my favorite operating systems. Linux is pretty good too. I've heard about Linux Mint, which is pretty similar to Windows 7 according to some people. I can tell why people like this. Honestly, even if it's a good replacement, look how shiny and sleek Windows 7 is, and look how boring this looks. Of course, no offense to the developers whatsoever. Okay. It's also Debian-based version, so that's pretty cool. The confirmed form resubmission screen on Opera just looks better. Windows 7 Service Pack 1, that's what this is running. So I assume this is what version of Windows 7 we are running. Wait, classic theme? I can make it look like Windows XP. It's pretty cool. We're gonna keep the arrow theme because, well, it's just better. I did not mean to close that window. Someday you should install Linux on stream. And I don't recommend Linux Mint. Fedora or Ubuntu is better for beginners. If I had to recommend a Linux version for beginners, I'd say, hey, this is kind of basic, but Chrome OS Flex. You can turn anything into a Chromebook. Or I could install a version that isn't, Chrome OS, because Chrome OS is boring and for losers. Even though that's a Chromebook. Yeah. I really want to become a technician. But I don't want to have to untangle cables or whatever, because have you seen the horrors of, like, hospital cables? Linux Mint Cinnamon Edition, Ubuntu Desktop LTS, Zorin OS. I want it to look cool, too. I mean, Windows 7 looks cool. I'm using it because it's Windows 7, not because it's good. I can't zoom? Really? Even if this is an old version. Stuff. Debian would be pretty fun to use. Search up lane. That's how it feels having tangled cable or PC. Serial experiments lane. If this is what you were referring to, cable management is hell. It indeed is. Look at that. That's why I don't want to work at the cable department. Go to pictures. If you mean her, sure. An adolescent girl develops a unique connection to virtual reality network known as the Wired. So it's like sci-fi. Well, she doesn't look very happy, and I wouldn't be very happy if I saw this. This looks like spaghetti. Alright, back to these. So it's pretty much down between these three. Right. Anybody else notice that if you go on certain things at Google on certain devices, it just does not show AI overview? Like, you can't access Gemini on here, and you also can't do it on my OnFire. Wait, hold up. You know it'd be fire Windows 7 playing Linkin Park albums on it. Though not the best audio for copyright. This is probably the most overglazed song in the world, but in the end is actually pretty good. It's kind of relatable. Plus the chorus is so good. Anyways, that's implying that it is called a chorus. Yeah. Now, no OS that I would love to own is Windows 7 Embedded, just because it's strange, you know? This was the last supported version of 7. It was gone by 2023. React to in the end demo, since demos might not get copyright. Better safe than sorry. Right. I noticed a few things. These apps are missing, which is obvious. This is like HP bloatware, but this here, HP download store, yeah, that's bloatware. I mean, here's way more stuff. There's just a recycling bin here, but here we have all this, which could have been pre-installed. Let's head back to eBay, shall we? We shall. Right. $799 is crazy. Micro POS computer. One, that's very expensive. Two, what if I hooked it up to my TV? I could have like a TV computer. That's pretty cool. Or I could get one of these. See, I do not allow desktops in my collection. They are banned. Because they're just hell to maintain. I mean, for crying out loud, I'm using my gaming computer as a nightstand, which is not never. Oh my god, look at the ports. I thought this thing had a lot of ports. Yeah. Later, I might make a vid of my PSP when I fix the screen. So sad, actually breaking the screen while fixing it. Hey, at least you have a screen that kind of works, unlike the one on my stupid Samsung Sunburst, which doesn't even register. Like, after you charge it, it'll work for a few seconds and then just die. Working. No stand. Keyboard and mouse. Anyway, some life updates. Starting August 22nd, I am getting a orientation at McDonald's. PSP is legit so cool. Yes, it is. Alright. Now, a little heads up. I am a heavy AI user, so if you do not like things about AI, I'm sorry. But I am a heavy user of ChatGPT. Not because I'm dumb, but because, you know, it's like somebody who knows everything. Like, you could ask somebody something. But Google just gives you random blog posts from 2010 and deleted Reddit users. This summarizes a bunch of websites and gives you everything, so that you don't have to do it yourself. Kind of dumb explaining ChatGPT. Everybody knows what it is, for the better or for the worse, but yeah. Fo.neocities.org. Great, I will. Oops. cool tech vibe and stuff. All I'm gonna use is turn down volume just in case of jump scares. Very creepy. Do you believe in mythological creatures / figures? Bigfoot, but just for fun. Oh, they ought to click the girl. If I get scared. That makes for some pretty good background music. Keep clicking. Isn't NeoCities like a website builder? So yeah. Anyways, there's a pretty cool website I like too. Whoops, I misclicked. The Weber Star 4000 plus. This is, speaking of background music, we have Weber Star 4000 plus. When I get done with my schoolwork, I usually just, throw in some stuff and just let it run. I live in a town that's like between 2 counties, so hey. Hang on. Yeah. There's also this game I play called, what's it called? I forget. Oh, I know. Because a lot of games in my school are blocked, there's this one we used to play a lot called Your Browser is Not Supported. Please upgrade your browser to continue. No! Tonight was clear. Yeah. Let's keep that music running and just pray to the Lord that we don't get copyright strikes. Back in middle school, I brought a USB with Halo CE on it and shared it with all the guys in class. See how we played Halo LAN multiplayer. That is so cool. I own a pretty bunch of old laptops, but this is really the only working one. One day I might buy another working one, and we could do like Windows XP streams. What gaming platform do you use? VR is pretty fun. Right. Sometimes it doesn't show it. Oh my, that is a lot of apps that I didn't even notice I had. Look at that. So, Bad Apple. Sure, I honestly forgot, but thanks for reminding me. Side out. Right. It's time for the Bad Apple. I did see that I had a YouTube notification, so we will go ahead and read that first. What the heck is this? Sneakers? Right. MMD Bad Apple on YouTube. Misspelled it a little bit, but that's... Is that Hatsune Miku? LMAO. I see a couple results. It's the one that have the green and blue girl next to each other. So this one from like 15 years ago. Once again, muting for copyright protection. My recommendations are just whatever. Right, here we go. So that's what she looks like. I would have never guessed that she would look that young. Like, I assumed she would have been like twice that old. There's the witch. I thought she would have been like green, you know. But, yeah. I had no idea there was a castle. I thought that those two were the same person when I initially watched the video because of how similar they looked. The part with the cup is still pretty similar though. Lightsaber? No, that's like a knife. The wings remind me of how like Murder Drone's characters have like wings, you know? Dreamcast logo looking. It's very similar. Yeah, my brothers are home from football practice, so the dogs are barking. Who needs security system when you have dogs? The Grim Reaper? Ooh, like firebending. It's weird seeing the actual characters. Yeah, like I'm used to seeing the silhouettes and whatnot. That is a very suggestive gesture. 8 views on a live stream, the most I've ever gotten. Because these are doing so well. She reminds me of Bonnie from Five Nights at Freddy's. They're both blue, they both have rabbit ears. Yeah. Off topic, but I really like the sound of my computer's fan. It's very soothing. How hot is it getting? And we're fine. Like bird wings. Don't know what kind of drink that is. Like, if it's grape soda, well, grape soda is kind of overrated. Sniff the fan. Mmm. Smells like me And I don't smell good because, you know, I'm a teenager and teenagers never smell good. Yes, I have a stick of deodorant. No, I don't use it. Why? Because I'm lazy. One way to off your reputation. Really like that splash effect. It was pretty nice looking. And then, yep, the yin yang symbol. I remember that part. Oh, I see. It's the contrast because, you know, pretty sure black is the good and the white is the evil. So, like, the witch is good and the red girl's the evil. Makes sense? Right. Well, unfortunately, I have nothing else to do on this. So, yeah. Try to fry your laptop by running games. Again, I am trying to keep this laptop good. I might play some online games, but I am not going to do anything that would destroy the laptop. Because I try to archive tech. So yeah, I have nothing else to do, so I am going to just shut this off. One last thing, this thing has a shot battery. Watch what happens when I unplug it. Yep, it dies. Well, that'll be it. Thanks everybody who joined the live stream. PlaySliver.io. Well, it's about dinner time anyway, so next time I get out this laptop, I will keep in mind that, and I will play Sliver.io. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Yeah, bye.